been trying to do it right. I've been living a lonely life.
She was like, I have this guy I really want you to meet. I'm like, no, I'm not ready. And she's like, I really think you should meet him. And I'm like, all right, finally. We were on our way to the last Books and Dunn concert. I was like, tell me about him. And she's like, well, he's kind of young. And I was like, how young? She's like, in college. I was like, no way. So they had a barbecue at their house. So they invited Billy and I over to meet for the first time. And Billy was a little late.
He told me one time, and they told her a different time, and I ended up being an hour late because of that.
Just give him a chance. And he showed up in these plaid shorts and this brown Aeropostale polo that I still love that he wears.
So they blamed it on me. So I got there, and of course I didn't match, because I never match. My favorite thing is to wear plaid shorts and a striped shirt, and they didn't match.
And he had these ratty tennis shoes on, and I thought, oh good lord, he needs help with the shoes.
They had rented a movie
So the guys had left to go rent a movie.
for us to watch in the basement, and I remember sitting next to her and not wanting to touch her because I was so damn nervous.
And while they were gone, the husband, Ryan, snuck away and sent a message to Lisa like, oh man, he really likes Ginger. So I was like excited and nervous at the same time. And
I was just so damn nervous.
it was like that whole nervousness, like, oh my God, his hand is so close to mine. And it was just really sweet. And so we ended up going out the next day. I wanted to go to the drive-in so bad. So he took me to the drive-in. You'd have thought I had to play. Like, we sat on the tailgate. He was like as far to the end as he possibly could be. And I thought, whoa, I thought this kid really liked me. But I think it was just nerves, because it ended up taking him like 3 weeks to kiss me. We had went to Buca de Beppo's, we had went up onto Mount Washington, still no kiss. We rode the incline, no kiss, and I'm thinking, wow, maybe he just really got hurt pretty bad. He's not into it, but he totally was. So the way he finally kissed me was, I was at his college dorm apartment, and I was helping him scrub walls, of all things, and about 3 weeks in, he kissed me in the apartment, and the rest is kind of history. We've been great almost 4 years ever since. We had went to Seven Springs for a weekend.
Was it Seven Springs?
Yeah, we went to Seven Springs, and we were in the hotel room, and we were laying there, and I was like, Billy, I really need to tell you something. And he's like, what? And I just kept stalling and stalling, and I could see by the look on his face he was getting scared, like he thought I was going to tell him something bad. And I kept stalling and stalling and stalling, and then finally he was like, what is it? You got to tell me. And I couldn't spit it out, and he knew I was really nervous, so I think he got nervous, and finally I was like, I love you. And he was like, oh, I love you too. But I had to say it first.
Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here.
Well, I think I decided about 3 weeks before I actually did it. And it was funny because my mom was in her kitchen making dinner for us, and she had this big knife, butcher's knife in her hand. She was chopping up vegetables. And I had told her, I said, Mom, I think I want to marry Ginger. And I remember her stopping in mid-motion and looking at me, had the knife at me, and I went, uh-oh, to myself. And she went, you what? I told her again, I said, Mom, I think I want to marry Ginger.
We go on the beach and we take our stroll, and we made it about 50 feet maybe, and he stopped and he looked at me and he said, how much do you love me? And I said, whole bunches. Why? And he got down on one knee and he said, will you marry me and be my wife? And he opened the box, and
Her kindness and her compassion, just the way she makes me feel about myself and about her. I just love everything about her.
definitely his smile. I think that it lights up my life, and when I get to come home every day and I see him at the door and the dogs, they just bring so much happiness no matter what kind of day I've had, good or bad. It always ends good when I come home to him.
He's having way too much fun. So cute.
Cheshire, you want to give me kisses? Hey, excuse me.
Okay, ready? And kiss. So, yeah, just stand there. Okay, so when you first saw Ginger, what was your reaction?
She's pretty.
Do you want to say anything else? What ran through your mind when you first saw her?
I was just so damn nervous. I don't ask me why. I was just really nervous when I met her.
But of course, I had to say it first.
Hold on. We gotta hold for the train.
Hopefully we'll have nice, good weather.